Ever wondered why men and women seem to operate on different wavelengths? It's a thought that many of us have pondered. We often notice how men and women appear to communicate differently, process emotions in unique ways, and react distinctively to the same situations. These observations aren't just casual musings, they are the subject of countless debates, studies, and books. One such book stands out in its attempt to elucidate these differences. Let's delve into Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Written by Dr. John Gray, this book explores the intrinsic differences between the genders. Dr. Gray, a renowned relationship counselor, penned Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus in the early 90s. It has since become a global bestseller, translated into multiple languages, and has helped countless couples understand each other better. The book's title is a metaphorical premise, suggesting that men and women are from entirely different planets, Mars and Venus respectively. It implies that we are distinct in our behaviors, communication styles, and emotional needs because we come from different planetary cultures. This concept, while intriguing, is a simplified way to encapsulate the complex dynamics of male and female relationships. Dr. Gray's approach is not to eliminate these differences but to understand and respect them. He believes that recognizing these distinctions can lead to healthier and happier relationships. So what are the key points that Dr. Gray brings to light in this book? Dr. Gray paints a picture of men as Martians, retreating into caves. This metaphor is Dr. Gray's way of illustrating how men often need space to process their thoughts and feelings. Just as a Martian might retreat to his cave for solitude, men often seek out a quiet place to think things through when they're dealing with stress or difficult emotions. The book highlights that men typically have a problem-solving approach to stress. Where some might want to talk through their feelings, men often prefer to retreat and work through their issues independently. This doesn't mean they're being cold or aloof, but rather that they're wired differently. They see problems as challenges to overcome, not as opportunities for discussion. Dr. Gray also delves into how men often suppress their emotions, especially under pressure. Society has conditioned many men to believe that showing vulnerability is a sign of weakness. As a result, they might bottle up their feelings, choosing instead to project an image of strength and stoicism. This can make them appear distant or unemotional, but that's not always the case. It's just their way of coping with the pressures and expectations placed upon them. Moreover, Dr. Gray discusses that men tend to communicate less when under pressure. When faced with a problem, men often prefer to silently mull it over rather than discussing it. This can sometimes lead to misunderstandings, as their silence might be interpreted as disinterest or disregard. But in reality, it's their way of processing the situation and devising a solution. In essence, Dr. Gray's portrayal of men as Martians provides us with a fascinating insight into the male psyche. It helps us understand why men behave the way they do and how their coping mechanisms differ from ours. It's a reminder that men and women are different, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically too. But what about women? How does Dr. Gray portray the Venusians? In contrast, women, or Venusians, are depicted as nurturing and communicative beings. It's an image that resonates with many, but Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus goes beyond stereotypes to delve into the complex emotional landscape that women navigate. In the book, John Gray underscores women's profound need for empathy and understanding, a concept that might feel foreign to many men. He paints a picture of women as caregivers, relationship builders, and communicators who thrive on emotional connection and understanding. But it's not just about being heard, it's about being understood, about feeling that someone else gets what you're going through. Gray introduces the concept of the waves that women experience. It's a metaphor for the cyclical nature of women's emotional lives, where periods of emotional fulfillment are followed by periods of emotional emptiness. He likens it to the rhythmic ebb and flow of ocean waves, a natural and predictable pattern that is integral to their emotional well-being. Now here's where it gets interesting. When women are riding these waves, their desire is not necessarily to find a solution to their problems. Instead, they seek to share and discuss these issues, to express their feelings and emotions. It's a process of exploration and understanding rather than immediate problem-solving. And this is where misunderstandings often arise. Men, being solution-oriented, may jump to offer solutions when all a woman really wants is to be heard, to be understood. This is a fundamental difference in approach that can cause friction and misunderstanding, but it's not insurmountable. It's all about understanding and appreciating these differences, about learning to listen and respond in ways that meet the emotional needs of your partner. And that's the beauty of this book. It doesn't just highlight the differences, it provides tools and strategies to navigate these differences in a way that fosters understanding and connection. These differences can lead to misunderstandings, but the book doesn't leave us in the lurch. Rather, it offers a roadmap to understanding and appreciating the women in our lives in all their complex, wonderful, and sometimes bewildering glory. Dr. Gray provides practical advice on how to bridge this Martian-Venusian divide. Now let's delve into some of the pearls of wisdom offered in his book. Dr. Gray emphasizes the importance of understanding and accepting these differences rather than trying to change them. This acceptance forms the foundation of bridging the gap between Mars and Venus. To improve communication, the book suggests that men and women must learn to appreciate their differing perspectives. For example, while men may appreciate solutions, women often value empathy and understanding. Recognizing these differences can lead to more fruitful conversations and a deeper connection. Moreover, Dr. Gray advises that we should not just listen, but truly hear the emotions, the sentiments, and the unspoken words. This kind of listening breeds a sense of respect and understanding, which can help to bridge the Martian-Venusian gap. So what can we take away from this enlightening book? Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus is more than just a book. It's a guide to understanding and accepting our differences. It beautifully unravels the intricate threads of communication and emotional needs that differ distinctly between men and women. The book illuminates the path to bridge these differences, fostering a deeper understanding of each other. It's a treasure trove of insights, a beacon guiding us through the labyrinth of human relationships. Remember, understanding is the first step to acceptance. Happy reading!